Craziest water slides. Number 1. Aqueduct. The Aqueduct is a water coaster on Disney cruise ships. This water slide takes you through a twisting, looping clear tube all the way around the ship, giving you an insane view from every side of the ship during the day. But at night, it is even more exciting as the tunnel lights up in bright RGB colors amid the darkness to provide you with one of the most mesmerizing experiences ever. As you can see in the video, the night and day difference is immense, but both seem equally fun. If this sounds all sweet and innocent, that's because it is. I mean, we can't expect near-death experiences from a family-friendly water slide, but don't worry, you'll still get those stomach churns every now and then, just like you were hoping for. Number 2. Summit Plummet. If you have acrophobia, you may want to skip this clip and the ride altogether, as this is the tallest freefall water slide out there. The Summit Plummet slide is not for everyone, clearly. You'll be going down at a very high speed of 60 miles per hour while lying directly on your back. It gets better, or perhaps worse, as the slide goes through a dark tunnel. You'll be falling mostly vertically while the water probably gets in your eyes. People also experience bruising because of lying directly on the slide, yet people seem to love it. So, ride at your own risk. Don't say we didn't warn y'all. Number 3. Tantrum Alley. If you want to experience the water slide experience together with your friends and family, this one is for you. The ride consists of 3 tornadoes before you land on the pool. This ride has a 4-star thrill rating, so you know it's high up there on the crazy scale. As you can see in the video, you'll be swished around, swung back and forth, and also attacked by rushing water. So hold on to those 2 handles for dear life, or you might end up bumping into the other fellow passengers. On their website, they themselves describe the water slide as aggressive. So yeah, believe them. Number 4. Scorpion's Tail. You're in luck if you're near Wisconsin, cause this water slide is a must-try for all. Except if you're claustrophobic, or acrophobic, or hate plummeting down at incredible speed through a narrow tube. Otherwise, this 40-foot long, 10-story high looping water slide is sure to give you the most exhilarating 7 seconds of your life. Upon entering the slide, you'll be instructed to stand with your feet and arms crisscrossed, after which the door of the capsule will be closed. Then, the fun begins.
3, 2, 1.
The next few seconds will give you the worst anxiety of your life, as you never know when the trapdoor beneath you opens up. Just like you can see in the video, the floor beneath disappears as the tube swallows the person whole. Then they are dropped almost vertically down. As if that wasn't enough, the slide also zooms the riders through a loop before it ends in a splash. Number 5. Vertigo. If you're in Spain or planning to go there, this slide should be on your bucket list. Vertigo has 2 slides side by side with different levels. The higher one is the tallest water slide in Europe with a height of 34 meters. Once again, if you have a fear of heights, this is your cue to skip this one. But if you're looking for a thrill, this one is never a bad idea. After climbing the long set of stairs all the way up to the top floor, you need to stand on the starting point with your arms crossed and wait for the trapdoor under you to disappear. The drop after that is insane and will give you that funny feeling in your tummy as you fall at 100 kilometers per hour. Although the fall lasts for only a few seconds judging from the video, it feels like forever when you're the one plummeting down. After that, the vertical drop eases to drop you off at the landing pool. Number 6. Insano. As you would expect by the name Insano, this slide is hands down insane. If you see the clip, you can see the slide is much taller than anything in sight. Did I mention there's nothing in front of you on the whole way down for protection? You'll feel like you're flying or falling to your death during the 14-story drop on this monstrous ride. If somebody says this isn't scary, they must be lying. In the first portion of the video, you can see a kid going on this thing, which just blows my mind. Don't they have a height or age requirement? Maybe Brazilians are built different, but to me, it seems like a disaster waiting to happen. Number 7. L2. With all its twists, turns, and full-on loops, this one is probably one of the most intense water slides out there. And yes, loops with an S, cause this one has 2 of those situated in Austria. L2 is the world's first double loop water slide. If you want your organs rearranged, this slide will happily do that for you. Besides, the red color of the slide makes the experience that much more terrifying. Just take a peek at the clip. I can't decide if it looks like the way down to hell or the inside of a living organism. Personally, I keep my eyes closed on this one. Even the area where they land seems almost sinister. Number 8. Giant Verducht. Before we go on to describe this bizarre water slide in detail, let's start off with a single word just to clue you in. Deadly. Situated in Kansas City, the Giant Aqueduct was the tallest water slide in the world. The ride boasts 2 large humps that leave you speeding down through its mesh and metal tunnel, just like in a roller coaster. You won't see any other slide quite like this. That's because no qualified person would design something so unsafe. It permanently closed in 2016, and for good reason. Remember when I said it's deadly? I meant it literally. The Giant Aqueduct claimed the life of a poor 10-year-old right before it was closed off. Frankly, I'm surprised it was open to the public for as long as it was. There's a fine line between thrilling and dangerous, and this slide crossed that line and kept running. Number 9. Aqua Loop. If you're a fan of water slides, you know a good loop can be the difference between a sad and a mad water slide. So at number 9, let's take a look at the slide that started the whole looping trend. The Aqua Loop at Term 3000 in Slovenia is the founding member of the looping water slide community. This one will drop you vertically, then swish you around the almost vertical loop before going through a high-speed turbo portion to finally drop you off at the landing pool. You can imagine the rush this one will give you just by looking at the clip. Although not as scary as some of the other ones available nowadays, we really owe it to this slide for inspiring the wilder looping water slides of the world today. Number 10. Leap of Faith. If you think you have just about heard it all, think again, because this water slide is the very definition of crazy. The name really describes how you feel just before you decide to get on the ride. Leap of Faith in the Bahamas is one that directly sends you through a shark-filled water tank. If that doesn't make it to the list of craziest water slides, I don't know what does. Seriously, who came up with this idea? This one really brings back horrific memories from watching Jaws, but it is not as dangerous as it sounds. As you can see in the video, you don't even notice the sharks at that speed. There was a death in the Leap of Faith, but it wasn't due to being torn apart by a shark. It was in fact a shark that accidentally died due to the slide. Number 11. Black Hole. For this one, we find ourselves in the land down under, the home of kangaroos and giant spiders, Australia. We have an interesting one for all of you. As the name suggests, the black hole is pitch black. This water slide takes you through a downward spiral in complete darkness, with only little specks of light that lets you estimate the sides of the tunnel. It feels just like having your eyes closed, which can be quite the experience. Now, you can't tell much from the video, but you can see how fast the lights are moving, so you know you'll be zooming through the darkness like there's no tomorrow. The 165-meter-long slide really keeps you falling in complete darkness for quite some time, so you might start to get anxious. Although some have described the slide as peaceful, if you're not a fan of the dark, I doubt you'd like this one too much. Number 12. Steamer Water Slide. The Steamer Slide is one of several on Calypso Water Park in Canada. On this one, riders sit on the tubes which speed down a tunnel to a large round bowl. There, they circle around until they get to the gateway to the exit of the bowl. Then they are washed down to the landing area. Although it seems innovative and fun in this clip. Don't let the fact that it's Canada fool you into trusting this slide. The park was hit with several safety violations for this ride alone due to the injuries this harmless-looking water slide has caused. Number 13. Cannonball Falls. Even though this one is no longer around, it easily makes our list for the sheer craziness of the ride. The Cannonball Falls takes you through a pitch-black, super-fast tube, just like any other water slide.
Where's Lisa?
However, unlike the other ones, this slide literally throws you into the landing pool of water after taking a sharp turn. It looks like you are the bombshell being fired, and the slide is the cannon. This doesn't sound too scary, but when you consider the fact that people were regularly turning up injured due to the slide, you wouldn't be too sad to think that it's closed either. In fact, the whole park that it was built in, Action Park, is now closed. Which is not surprising, as it caused 6 deaths and hundreds of injuries to its guests. There's even an entire documentary named Class Action Park that highlights many incidents of broken bones, cuts, and many more stories of the theme park from hell. Number 14. Cannonball Loop. Cannonball Loop is another ride from the infamous Action Park. We already know this one's gonna be bad, right? The falls was bad enough, but when you add the loop, it doesn't help. The slide boasted a vertical loop right at the end, meaning you'll actually be upside down through the loop. That already sounds painful enough, but it definitely gets worse. People actually lost their teeth in the slide, which then lodged into the inside of the slide, causing lacerations to riders that swished down after. That sentence kept getting worse and worse. Employees even said that they were offered money just to test the slide during the initial stages. Thankfully, this ride as well as the park is now closed off. Number 15. Aqua Spinner. On a quick side note, it seems that Americans could really use some help from the Europeans on how to design water slides where people have the best day of their lives rather than the last day of their lives. The Aqua Spinner, located in Poland, is a one-of-a-kind water slide where the slide rotates itself. The slide has a snake-like knotted course which you go through as it slowly spins. The inside of the slide is equally interesting. The color, design, and lighting are almost trippy. Just watching the video can make one dizzy. The ring that you ride on can take 4 people, so it can be a fun group adventure too. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to smash the like button if you enjoyed our video.